What's up, guys and gals? Darkdally here, and today we're going to talk about some of the mods that I downloaded and decided to try out. As you guys probably know, I play on PS4, and of course, mods came out yesterday. I'm sure we've all been playing with them. I sure have, and I wanted to give my opinion on three that I decided to use and show you how they work and what to do with them. Luckily, none of them are really going to impact the videos I normally do. As I normally deal with architectural style building, nothing really impacts that, and that's cool because I was honestly pretty happy with the way it worked, the way it was. The ones I picked to download and try out is this right here, the Unified Clothing Overhaul. I'm sure a lot of people, it was on the popular list, I'm sure a lot of people tried it out. Man, it is awesome. And I'm also going to go over Simple Green, and this one looked cool: scrap skeletons, hedges, blah blah blah. First of all, the first thing you notice is Simple Green, and I gotta say, this is awesome. I was gonna talk about it later because I actually already have some clips. I toured all around the Commonwealth trying to see where all it applied, and it did a really good job. So I'll talk about that one in a minute. First, I want to talk about the Unified Clothing Overhaul, which basically does things I've always wanted to see in the game. It lets you put ballistic weave on anything. It lets you wear armor over clothing. Oh my god, right? You know, things that should have already been there. It also lets you craft clothing. Like you can craft a batting helmet, you know, you can craft metal armor and then you can upgrade it. It also lets you swap legendary abilities around. I'll talk about that in a second. It let me create this cool jetpack. This is the reason I went into third person, which I found this funny because it goes pretty darn good with the Recon Marine armor. And the animation's a little lacking, but hey, you know, there's serious restrictions on the PS4 mods. I'm not too worried about that. I play in first person anyway. The main thing I want to address I like about this mod, the Unified Clothing Overhaul, is that they made it with gameplay balance in mind. You can craft weapons from scratch and ammunition from scratch now with special weaponsmithing and ammo smithing and armor smithing workbenches, but they require prerequisites to be able to build them. A lot of the things also require prerequisites. I'm all about gaming balance. This character has everything, you know, she has the armor and science skill to build a jetpack. It's just that she likes this armor and not her power armor. Well, now she can have a jetpack on her regular armor. It's just a pretty handy utility. And as you can see, it uses my AP bar. You know, I like that. It's got gameplay balance in mind. You can put new legendary effects on weapons, but you can't just pick from a list. You have to pull one off before you can put one on. I'm going to go into my armor here. One downside I have noticed to the UCO mod is that frame rate drops when you scroll through this menu. It's not creating a frame rate drop anywhere else, but it is in my armor and weapons workbenches when I'm scrolling through this list. Like right now, I'm slamming up and down, and it slows down the frame rate a little bit. Now, first I want to mention one bad thing I didn't notice. This weapon right here, December's Child. I wanted to see, the first thing I decided to see is, let's see if I can take its legendary ability off and put it on another gun. No, in fact, I could not. I don't know if it's just this gun or other guns, but if you take this one off, you can't put it back on. You can't even put it back on this gun. So I'm going to have to reload this save. So keep that in mind. Other guns, however, for instance, I managed to take a Mighty legendary ability off of this radium rifle, and I put it onto this pipe rifle. That worked fine. It was also possible to take off this ability, which apparently is called Furious. I was able, here I'll show you. It works like this. You go in here and this has a slightly modified, has some more options at the bottom. Furious is the name of this legendary effect. And I can put no legendary effect on this, which takes that off, and then I can pick a different gun. Say I want to put Furious on this right now, scoped radium rifle, which has no legendary ability. I can go here and slowly scroll through the menu. And as you see, it's on the list right there of available mods. I could put Furious on this. So that's pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool. You can do a lot more stuff to armor than you can to weapons, including changing colors and such. Now, it's not going to be as versatile as this mod, is how it exists on PC and Xbox because of Sony's really strict modding rules. Because of that, because there's no textures allowed, you can't change the colors of everything. You know, like I can't take this Assault Marine armor and I can't make it pink. But I can make it invisible, which is cool. You know, so if you want to wear armor over some clothing, you can make the armor invisible. You still have the benefits from it. I can put this is basically just a smooth black skin, which is what I put on her jetpack, and that's really about it. And then I can put, of course, the Children of Adam color scheme on it, which is in the game already. That's the thing. So you can do stuff that's already in the game. However, you can do a lot with clothing. You can modify clothing that you could never do before, like the hazmat suit. It's not going to allow me to do color swaps because there is only one color for this, but it's going to allow me to put linings in it like you could a vault suit. And if I had a legendary effect that I could put on there, but I don't right now. The militia hat, for some reason, does actually allow a wide array of crazy patterns and colors. So that's a quick look at that. So you can really do a lot with this. And the fact, it lets you ballistic weave anything, and it lets you wear armor over anything. You know, some pieces of clothing, it didn't make sense why you couldn't wear armor over them. You know, now you can. Like, for instance, just off the top of my head, the athletic outfit, I forget what it's called, athletic something. It's what the Diamond City guards wear under their armor. I like the outfit, but you can't wear it with leg armor, and I don't know why. Well, now you can, you know. So this is a very cool mod for all that kind of stuff. Now, I'm going to run over here. The one that allows you to scrap extra stuff. Look, I didn't want to take a lot of mods. I wanted to start out with 3 mods. I actually forget what this mod's called. It's scrap skeletons, hedges, and more or something. And it's okay. It pretty much does what it says. And it does say there's more functionality coming to it, but I was a little disappointed because it won't let you scrap buildings. I found a lot of trash. It won't let me scrap. There's more things it won't than it will. But it does let you get rid of skeletons, and oh my god, am I glad for that. Especially at Starlight Drive-In, you have those fucking things rattling around in your foundations constantly, making that stupid sound. Oh man, those things get in my way. It does let you scrap mole rat holes, skeletons, things like that. Personally though, I'm going to look for another mod to clean up some of my settlement areas. I did see several mods that do that specifically. You know, I saw mods for, you know, a clean Egret Tours Marina, which would be awesome because that place is so cluttered. Or, you know, our clean Murkwater construction site, another place people want to see cleaned up. But I didn't want to download like 15 mods, you know, one for each settlement. I did not want to bog my system down with that. I just wanted to try some lightweight stuff. So there's my opinion on that. Now, as far as Simple Green, it's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. You know, there's no reason it shouldn't be green. We're talking 200 years after nuclear war. And things are still going to be green. You know, life does grow back. Look at Chernobyl. Heck, look at Fukushima. You know, this is only a couple years after, you know, that partial meltdown or whatever at Fukushima, and the place looks like a goddamn jungle. Look at, you know, well, a lot of post-apocalyptic movies have that same feel. And honestly, this really popped. As soon as I loaded in Sanctuary, I was just like, oh man, you know, this is just awesome. Now, it doesn't do all of this everywhere, but I was pretty reluctant to find any place that it didn't. The trees, these beautiful, beautiful trees, are mostly just in settlement areas. But this grass is really covering most of the Commonwealth. Here I'm going through Sanctuary. I went through numerous other settlements, some of which I showed here. Here we are at Oberlin Station. I wanted to come look down here. And again, it's beautiful. It's almost a little too green at first, but I think it's just because I was used to all of the brown. And like I said, I'm no expert, but things grow back. We've all seen pictures of Fukushima, like I said earlier. You know, you see all those highway, like that road. It's like lined up with cars, and it's just like completely enclosed in like jungle that's grown just in the last couple of years, and just covered and crawled over everything. I think that's a cool look. When I want to envision, you know, a post-apocalyptic world, I want to think about a place that's been taken back by the jungle and by the forest, and that's really what would happen. So you know, that said, they did a great job. Here we are at Great Tours Marina, and this place also very, very beautiful. This actually makes me want to play the game more. This was the most incredible mod. This was just perfect, and there's going to be more added to it. You know, there's pretty damn good coverage of the Commonwealth now, but they're going to add more. And this is what the description said. Like I said, you know, most of the trees are just around the settlements. And the whole place doesn't have to be. You know, I'm not saying I want to play in a forest, but this really gives everything a nice punch. Here I start kind of going out of the settlement. I decide, okay, let's see, what are the areas that are not settlements look like, and such like that. And so I checked out a few. I checked over on the East Coast. I checked on down south in Murkwater. I really couldn't tell a difference down there. I think there was just already a lot of grass there, or maybe there was, but it definitely didn't look like this. I saw little places that did have grass, like Croup Manor. I checked down on Murkwater and the swamps down there, and it was definitely grassy, but it didn't look like this. But then again, it was grassy enough that adding this would have just kind of overdone it. And then even here I am on the edge of the glowing sea. I decided, what's the glowing sea look like? The glowing sea is still pretty damn barren, but it has this grass pretty much all the way up to the edge. I'm right on the edge of the glowing sea here, and it gets all the way to the edge, and then it kind of feathers out. And as you go in to the area, I wanted to go in here, but there was a bunch of death skull rad scorpions, and I just did not want to tangle with those guys, to be honest. Even at level 70, no thanks. But as you go further into the glowing sea, it doesn't take long. They did a really good job of slowly like gradiating it out, or however you would say, you know. And so overall, I'm like totally impressed with this. This made my day. Honestly, I could play this game all over again with just this and the UCO, the Unified Clothing Overhaul. When I say this makes you want to play the game again, what I meant is I already play this game constantly, but this makes you want to go through it and actually like play everything. All right, guys, so that was my opinion on some of the new mods, the 3 that I chose to play with. Let me know what you think. Like the video if you like what you see. Subscribe to my channel. I have lots of great stuff, and more people are watching the videos every day, and I really like to see that, guys. My name is Darkdally, and I will catch you guys next time.